Welcome. Now this is going to be our first stream on YouTube. And for those who don't know me, we're from Arkansas, and we are software developers. And since I have already been on camera for this channel on Twitch, I would like to introduce my really nice colleague, Subhash. And today he's going to show me ReactJS, which I'm not familiar at all because I'm an iOS developer, and he's probably going to open my eyes to the rest of the world.
Yeah, I will put you under the pain of ReactJS and JS actually. Actually, it's TypeScript, but
Pain sounds
Pain.
good to me. Okay.
I'll start with that. So, hello everyone, it's me Subhash Vista. I have experience with ReactJS, TypeScript and JavaScript, and also currently I'm working on TypeScript and Flutter also. So, but for this video series, we'll be working with ReactJS. It's TypeScript basically, but I will call it ReactJS. But before anything else, I just want to test Mortgage. How much do you know the JS?
Oh.
Okay, so
Okay.
next part would be.
So you want to see your screen? Want to show your screen? Okay, let's do this. Okay.
So this is the screen. It's nothing that advanced, but it will be just telling you how weird is JS. Okay, so let me.
Well, for an iOS developer, I can tell you there are already too many letters in the word function.
But it won't be like that. It will be just like the problem with types generally.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
It will be just like, okay, let me go through this. So we can compile our JavaScript in this also.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so it's like the browser things. So it will compile our JavaScript. That's how the web works actually. It compiles our JavaScript things and it does display the things.
Okay.
So let me ask you first question in console log. We know what it gives.
Oh, dog! I see this as a meme all the time.
Yeah,
so
that's how it works. Like how
Okay.
did it JS?
so this could either be an int plus and an int, which means which would be 2, or it could be as a string, so it would be 11. Not sure for this one.
It is general. It will just give you 2.
All right, all right, okay.
Okay, next step. What will this give?
So this could be 11.
It is dynamic typecasting. So
Okay.
this int will be converted to a string and it will give me 11.
All right.
Okay, so
Not too bad, not too bad. Okay,
Okay.
okay. Mhm.
So let's think. What will this give?
Ooh. Not sure. So, okay. So if we go from the last one, it could be 11, but I think something happened between the 2 plus signs. So maybe it's an empty string something, and I'm not sure.
No, it'll give me 2. Because now this plus will convert anything to a string, into numbers, integers. So this 1 is converted to integers.
Because there's no space in front of the things. That's
Yeah.
why it's okay. Okay. So if you would type in 1 plus 1 space plus space plus space and then the 1 as string.
1 is string with plus. Because this plus, this one,
Yeah.
is converting this string into integers.
Yeah, but if there's a space in between,
Yeah,
we'll
but
do the
if I
same
just
thing.
do
Okay. Okay.
if I just do this, so 1 plus 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 1, then it's issue.
Okay.
Okay, it's about like this space, and this plus 1 is considered as integers, and if you can convert anything to integer like this. That's how it works.
But this is because there's no space in between the plus sign, right?
yeah,
Okay, so the next one, it tries to do it with the last part, but the first part is probably wrong, right? That's just okay.
yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. This is a deep dive. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So it will convert anything to, like, for example, if there is a date, like plus, and it can convert date, like for example, it will convert this also to. If you just do this, console log new date, it's the date. But if we just put plus in front of it, it converts it to.
Okay, just check. So the first time you use the plus plus, can you do the same thing but with a space in between, like a space after the second plus?
But it
will
work.
still it will still do the same thing. So so the plus, the first one is the operation, and the second one it will tell the. Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
The main magic is like a dynamic typecasting. I want to say that it's a dynamic typecasting. If something is there a string, then it will convert another integer will also to string integer.
So if your string is seriously a character like in the alphabet, then it will fail to try to put it into a number.
Yeah.
Okay.
For example, if I just do plus a. It will give a problem. Not a number.
Not a number. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, that is one of the problem of JavaScript.
Okay.
For that reason, I use TypeScript. One of the.
Okay.
Next thing. Okay. If there is like console.log. What will be the output?
I think this could be true.
Yeah, it's true.
All right.
So this, I think Maximilian already talked about this topic before, but
Could be, yeah.
yeah. So 2 equals to only compares the value, not the type.
Okay. If you have 3, then it will compare. It compares the type, or does it compare
type and value both?
Okay.
It's it's triple equals to. So it's false.
Okay, that's false. Yeah.
So
of course.
I just wanted to give overview of JavaScript. How shitty is it? It is. So that's the reason we use TypeScript.
Okay. So what's the difference in TypeScript?
TypeScript is typed.
Okay. So you actually have to tell it what it is.
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. We can get just to like a equals to 2 here, like, and just a can be integer also, string also. I can assign like b also here. If we do same thing in other programming language, it will say that it was initialized as a integer. Now you can assign string in this one. But in JavaScript,
doesn't matter. Okay.
You can assign anything. So that is the reason in this video series we'll be using TypeScript completely.
Okay.
And so that you won't hate ReactJS.
So it is called ReactJS, but we're doing TypeScript.
With TypeScript, with template of TypeScript.
Okay, but it's not the same.
It's not the same.
Okay, so how can we? Why is it still called ReactJS?
Because when this thing was there, ReactJS, it was I guess it was founded in 2013.
Okay, there was no TypeScript.
There was no concept of TypeScript. Back then, there was no concept of ES6 also. I'll talk about this thing a little bit later in this video. TypeScript is not a completely different language. It compiles to or translates to JavaScript, right? Underneath. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's why you could basically replace JavaScript or TypeScript. No, JavaScript with TypeScript anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually.
Okay. Gotcha.
So this video part until this video part is only to give idea about ReactJS.
Okay.
Why we are using TypeScript with ReactJS. So that is the idea.
All right.
So the next part would be about JS runtime environment.
Okay.
Okay. So basically.
Wait, let me see. So it's not US runtime environment. It's actually JS runtime environment because it kind of looked. Let me see.
So let me give a little bit overview. We ran our program in browser. If you got the idea, where is my cursor? No. I just need to look for my cursor.
How many screens do you have?
Only 2 or 3. But the problem is
npx and npm.
So we just ran our program in browser.
Okay.
So it is also one of the JS runtime environment. Okay, so this is one of the JS runtime environment because it compiles our JS code and shows the result.
Okay.
And there is another JS runtime compiler that is called Node.js.
Okay.
Node. So what Node does is it compiles our code in our machine, and it doesn't need any kind of browser to run.
Oh, okay.
That is the way we use in our backends. Means in backend we don't need browsers; it just compiles the result and shows the result.
Okay.
So that is the idea of Node.
Okay.
Okay, and recently in 2018, there is a new runtime environment called Dino. It was also created by the same developers who created Node, but it has more advantages and more features than Node.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so let me give an example how browser and Node works for JS runtime environment.
Okay.
Okay, just now we saw how it works in browser. It compiles everything we do in Java, we do in browsers, and give us the result.
So, but in every browser there
Is
it's
runtime environment, yeah.
okay, but it's not Node.js or Dino. It's always
It's
JavaScript
Dino.
run. Dino?
It's
Dino.
just like NODE and it's DENO.
Ah, oh, okay.
It was
Not-
created by Ryan Dale. He was the developer who created both Node.js and Dino.
Ah, okay. Okay.
So the compilation time is quite faster, and the security issues were fixed in Dino also.
Okay.
So there were like Node.js, I guess it was created in 2009. And back then there was no async await in JavaScript. And the legacy projects, the legacy packages, they don't have any concept of async await. So it was created in 2018, and it has all those concepts, all those modern technologies that we need in JavaScript.
Ah, okay.
So, but also like people don't want to switch to Dino because Node.js has so many packages and so much of things, but Dino doesn't have those things. So people still follow Node.js, and in this project we will also follow Node.js.
Okay.
But before that, let me show an example. So let me go to a terminal. Let's see what we have.
Ah, warp.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, I am inside CD. Let me go to Documents, Arkansas, YouTube. There is? Yeah. Is there anything? Arkansas. Yeah. Okay, let me just create another YouTube. Just React. Okay. It's Arkansas. We will create a new project for this one. ReactJS. Arkansas YouTube. So we'll just create.
Do you know you can also do this with swap normally,
COD,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
COD,
Just okay.
Let me create a new file called rich.js. For now, yeah.
Okay. I like it already.
Okay, we can do console.log. My name is Moritz. We don't need semicolon, or we can keep it, it's optional. So the way we can compile it is just node and just keep file name. My name is Moritz.
Sorry, I have to make sure that I already heard the feedback that there's an echo here, so I have to make
Really?
sure.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, that's why I moved the microphone a little bit closer to me,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll see. Okay.
Yeah, so this is
Alright,
one of the
let's
way.
log.
Just
That's fine, it's
compile it using Node.
Mm-hmm.
Now is there echo? Hello. And another way is to just run Node, and you can do whatever you want here. Like this.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, there are two
So
ways.
it's basically like Python or any other interpreter you have. Type node and then the file it's supposed to do, or
Just runs.
just node and then you have the console for it. Okay.
This thing allow ReactJS or allow JS to run backend in our device. Before that, it was just like a front end, some kind of front end thing that it only works in browser. But after Node, it allows us to create backend thing also. And after that, there was a concept of Dino. And there's recently something called Bun.js. It is also a runtime environment, but it is considered to be fastest. But because of the community issues, I mean to say there is no big community, so nobody wants to adopt that one. So yeah, for now the competition is only between Node.js and Dino. But the thing is, they are created by a same developer. So so whatever we use, it's gonna be profit for him.
Okay, perfect.
So this is another part, JS runtime environment. Okay. So for this project, we will use Node.js.
Okay.
And Node.js, now there comes npm versus npx. Both stands for node, package. Only difference is it is the manager and it is a user. Means it just extract.
Whoa. The X means user?
Extract.
Oh, okay.
it uses directly. It manages it, but it uses directly. Two differences are like, and if you want to use the latest one and you don't want to download it, the node packages,
okay,
then you use npx. Okay, and npm, if you do it, you may download any kind of versions you want, the old versions also. And the thing is, if you want to do some kind of things that is only done once in the project, like creation of the React app of the first command, then you use npx. Okay. And but if you want to like just install and download it for your project for now, then you use npm. Okay. So before installing our project, you need to know what does npx and npm means. Okay. For creation of React app, we use npx because it is only done once, and we want the latest version of create React app. Okay. So create React app is CLI. Means we will use that for creation of React app. Okay. That's how it works. So let me go to our. Exit. No, it doesn't allow me. Okay, can't put.
Just like Vim can't exit.
Yeah, can't exit. Okay, so.
Okay.
Let me go here. We can use this one. We can create a new one. ls cd dot ls. We are under the YouTube. Okay. So the first thing we will do is we use npx.
Hold on a second. We can't really see it.
Oh, okay.
Can you move it in the middle a little bit more?
Yeah,
like the console?
I can just move it to up. Now it'll be more visible.
Okay. npx create. Okay.
npx create a React app. It is also a node package, but we'll do it only once, so we use npx. We can do it by using npm init also to create our
okay. So, create React apps, that's the name you're creating, or that's a template?
That's a template.
Okay.
And we can give the name after this, like for example, Arkansas React app. And now thing is, we can use the template that is TypeScript. So whatever we did till now, it's compiled here. Like we use npx, we use the template of TypeScript and all those things. And why we're using TypeScript? Because JS is shit. So if we do this, it will just create the React app.
Okay.
We can wait for a
while.
So
I remember, I think it's npm. When you use it, then so I tried it, of course, but in the end, you except for the funding stuff, you also get all kinds of warnings every time.
Yeah, I told you like Node is from 2009.
Yeah. Okay.
Before ES6. So let me talk about that. Before ES6, there was some kind of JavaScript things that is only working in browsers things for web, some kind of animation stuff and all those things on click that thing. But after ES6, there were like concept of async, await, and all those advanced stuff that we need, like fetching APIs and all those things. So before that, there were some packages, legacy packages, that doesn't work well. So if developers, if there are like some advanced packages that don't follow the latest ES6 trends, then they give warnings.
Okay.
So yeah, that is the problem. Now we can go to CD.
So here I see there's a red high on it, and it says 6 high severity vulnerabilities. Yeah. That means, so you just started a new project, and the first thing you see is 6 high vulnerabilities?
That is the reason we might use Dino later on.
Ah, all right. Now we're talking. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Mhm.
But for now, Node is the only option for me also.
Okay.
Okay. So CD Arkansas React app, we can go there, and we can just do npm start.
So I just heard we might want to make sure that you don't show your file system all the way.
Did I?
Just saying for the future.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's already. Oh, you have already an animation. Okay. Nice.
So this is the first landing page for ReactJS.
Okay.
Okay. So let
Oh,
me
it's TSX. So that's
TypeScript X. I will talk about that also. What is
Okay.
TS and what is TSX? Okay. So now you might see some file is ended with extension TS and some are TSX.
CSS TSX. Okay. Yeah.
So the concept is in TypeScript, or let's say in React, there is JSX.
Okay. Yeah.
They are like HTML thing for React.
Okay.
So if you see some kind of, for example,
So the X is for React. Okay.
So if you go to, for example, home TSX or app TSX, you can see this div thing.
Oh, okay.
So if any file has some kind of JSX, then they are saved as TSX. Otherwise, it won't be compiled.
Okay.
So they are ended with like TSX. But if the file are only service components that only works for like services like setup test, it has nothing like that, JSX. So they are .ts. If you save this file like this TS only, then they won't be compiled.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
So we can just keep it TSX. So now we can just compile it. I could have just this one. Okay, let's. I think I'm in the wrong path.
Can you move your no the window? You're writing in a terminal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you just move it somewhere so it's not behind you? Because I don't really want to hide your camera, but I still want to see what's behind you.
Okay.
So if you move it just a little bit or move it more to the middle of the screen, then it should be fine because it was behind you all the time.
Okay. Okay, next time. So I'm still in this file. Okay. I can just start it, npm start. So our next topic would be components and JSX. I already talked about JSX. What is JSX? It's the HTML things that is compiled by React.
Okay.
So we don't use React. We don't use HTML like in Angular we do. In Angular we have like separate HTML file and we need to compile it. But in React they have own JSX, so it's compiled by React.
Okay.
So it is named as TSX for now. Okay, let me remove this. How it's there? Come on. And the components. Components are like widget in Flutter. If you understand what I mean.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
Okay. So it's like
it's parts of the whole thing. If you divide the whole screen into different parts, then a component is just one part, and you can. Okay, got it. Yeah.
So yeah.
I'd like to see my name there everywhere.
Yeah. So I can just delete this and just Morris Learning JS.
Okay.
So this one is a component, home TSX. It's one of the component, and we can just import that and just use like this. Okay.
Okay. So you have to actually export it before, as I saw it in home TSX. You have to export it.
Export default function home. And one thing is like I have to talk about before React 16.8, there was class component. But now if you look at this, we are just using functional component. Everything is inside the function.
Ah, okay. Okay.
In the class component, there was like concept of lifecycle hooks and all those things. We had to create all those super props and all those things. But in this one, everything is binded completely. Only function.
Okay.
So it is also one of the interesting part in React after 16.8. Before that, there was a class component. So, okay, let me create one more component. This one can be named as Maurice. Or let me leave it for now. And let me create a new one for this. Let me do everything from here. Everything is Maurice. .tsx.
I think you messed it up.
It's
I do like it.
file.
Mortis also, but
No,
yeah.
it's new file.
Okay.
I can name it. Yeah, Mortgage is fine. And it's just like export default function named Maurice. And we can create other functions also if you want, or just leave it.
Does it matter that the function you export as default is written in capital and the name of the file is written with
For this
small
one, we just use capital letter. File name can be small later.
Okay. Oh,
but,
okay.
But yeah, otherwise
it's not corresponding. It's
yeah.
something. Okay, I got it.
And it will just return for now div. This is the Maurice base.
Should have picked an easier name.
At TSX, you can just import Maurice. Yep.
Oh, and it's also imported
Automatically.
Automatically.
Of course it's it. And the thing is, we just import like dot slash.
Okay.
Nothing that complex. So it is a component. Means we can import any components and just render it here.
Okay.
So and this one is also a part of JSX. Okay. So
Okay.
now let me show you a basic concept of hooks probably, because I think it till now there is no that big thing that you don't understand. Or do you have any questions?
No, all good.
All good, yeah.
Well,
so,
maybe we have we try to do some kind of break so we can cut it in half afterwards for the video for the YouTube audience for later.
Or we can convert it into hook. Yeah, next would be hook. Yeah.
That's okay. Let's see which one. So I'm trying this one. Okay. For some reason, you managed to get so far away from the camera, so I have this huge face in front of it. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, that's my skill.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're talking about hooks. Like, okay.
Hooks.
Hooks.
What comes in your mind if I say hooks?
Well, first would be Peter Pan. But I know we're talking about, well, I would say webhooks would be one of the things. So it's, I guess, something that could be triggered from somewhere.
Yeah. So after React 16.8.
Okay. Wait, just going back. Okay.
After React
16.8,
everything that was in class component, like lifecycle things and all those things, even context, all those things were converted to hooks. That is accessible from anywhere, and we can use it to create states. We can manage the states. We can manage the lifecycle, everything using hooks. Okay. So the simple use of hooks can be used to create a state. Okay. So for example, if I am in.
Okay, let's switch back.
Yeah.
Maybe you can press Command plus once so it gets just a little bigger.
Okay.
So this would also be something like you have at HTML on click or something?
No.
Okay.
No. In React, basically, we can define any hooks. We can even create our own hooks using use in front. For example, if I am Moritz, I can create.
Don't say use Moritz.
No, I'm just doing this constant. Name, And that's how we create a state. That's all. And we can create setter name. And the next thing is use state. That's all. And for example, for now, it'll be like more is everywhere. So now they are not being used, so it is showing the issue, but this is how you create the state. That's all. And here the use state is hook. It is one of the hook.
This is only in the scope of the function Moritz, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is only used here. We can create a global state also, but probably in next videos.
All good.
In this one, it's only used inside this component.
Okay.
We call it component. Okay, so we can use this name anywhere we want. For example, here. Like this. There is some issue somewhere around Morris. No. It's M capital Morris. Is there any issue with this? Morris JSX? Yeah, for now let's show this one, and we can set name anywhere we want. For example, on click, on pressed. Set name Subhas. Finally, there is my name.
All right.
Okay, now we can create one button, and it will only trigger click me to change the name. And we can just press on click. We will just trigger on pressed. What is it? Oh, okay, got it. Cannot find a name on pressed. The problem. Yep. So now let's go back to FTSX. Now it is still shows Mogi is the problem. Why? Quick fix.
No, you removed it from above, from the import.
Yeah.
Just rename the file again to small Moritz. I
Yeah,
guess.
I think it's not knowing it. Or maybe I need to restart the file. Maybe, right? Yeah. So let's skip it now. Okay. It's stupid JS.
I think now you definitely have to zoom in or something, because that I can't read that. Not even from my screen. So there you go. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let me do one more thing. I can just create BR. It's there, BR, not there. It's probably here. Click to change the name. Morris. Yeah. Yeah. So if I change the name, it will just change to Subhas.
Okay.
So it is one of the use of hooks.
Okay.
We can create the state and use the state inside this one. But if we talk about other programming languages to create the state, there will be like so many processes that we need to go on. So all those complications are not here.
So, but now you're using the on click from the button to execute everything which is on pressed. Okay.
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 Yeah. So let's create one counter also. Counter plus one, counter plus one. We can do that one. For now, I'll just change it to maybe count and set count. And I can just press it here, chip. And I'll just click increase. And just name it to set count. Plus and increase. This will be count, and this will be increase. And this count is a constant. Okay, count. Now what we need to do is count plus count set count plus.
So do you have the concept of a variable or something?
This, yeah, we can put that also, but I just want to directly access that. For that, what I can do is count is constant number, whatever comes in count, set count plus one. Yeah, let's do it. Final. Increase number is equals to count plus 1. And increase number. Wow. Let's let it do it. I was just using final. Do you know why?
No.
Because I use final in Flutter. Wow. So you can just do this.
So you're already infected.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's not the name, but it's the
Okay.
number. So it's just like,
So when you click on it more, okay, it goes up. Okay.
yeah. So if you refresh it, it goes back to 0. So it's only for this component until we increase or decrease the number.
Oh, you reloaded.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay, got it. Because I couldn't see it. Okay, so you increase it, and then when you reload, okay, now I get it. Okay.
So there is another thing also called effect.
Okay.
So in use effect, there are like so many things related to use effect. We can talk about that in separate video also. But in this one, I'll just show the example inside the hooks. How is it used?
Okay.
If it is like for this lifecycle management, like on mount, a component did mount, component unmounted,
okay.
and all those things. So yeah, those lifecycle hooks are handled by use effect. So I can simply use effect snippet. I can just remove everything for now. And what I can do is I can just increase the number here. Or I can just do set count plus 1, this one. I don't need anything. And it needs the increase number thing here. What it says. Oh, sorry.
So wait, I have questions. Okay, fix the issues first, and then we'll talk about it.
Because I don't have increase number, count plus 1. You can just do this and just remove this. I don't want anything now. Yep. So what it does, what do you think?
Okay, so I see. So you still have the count, which can be increased with set count.
Yeah.
The use effect is somewhere triggered, but I can't really see when.
If we just place something inside this use effect randomly, it will be like on mount.
Okay.
It just increases the number. We can restart.
Or what is it? So use effect is something that will continuously be triggered.
One of the use effect will handle all the life cycle. Like for example, if I show initial thing, if you see the snippet of use effect snippet, you see 3 places there: first, second, and third.
Okay.
This first thing is like on mount.
Okay.
And it's like if you want to remove this, like unmounted. On mount and unmount.
Yeah, I get the point. But the thing is, the text you had there before, the number kept increasing because it was, I guess, triggered more than once.
Yeah, it's like on mount. It will just go on and go on and go.
So it starts on mount, and then it just keeps on going till whatever. Okay, got it.
There. So you can put some kind of time things. Or if you want to increase just like in every seconds, you can do this one. Or if you want to just trigger some functions on landing.
Okay.
Then also we put inside this one.
Can you, like you said about a timer, for example, to I don't know, count down, but is it, if you have a difficult calculation in the use effect before you count down, is it going to change the time actually? Like, let's say the computation you need before it decreases the time takes longer than a second, takes, for example, 10 seconds. Then it will only decrease it every 10 seconds?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we can put timers and everything inside this one. But in this video, I'll just talk about use effect because means one uses of the use effect.
Okay.
Because if we talk about the use effect, it will just be like for an hour.
All right. So when do you normally use the use effect without like this, not with any conditions that will break or will stop or the first, second, and third? When do you use this?
If you want to initialize the user state, not here, but when you land on the page. When you exactly land on the page.
Okay, but you would do this only once, right?
Yeah, or yes and no also. If you want to put some conditions at this also, we use use effect. If any conditions are required when you land on the page.
Okay.
Yeah, then we use this one, and this third thing, this one is anything that if this use effect wants any kind of external input, it acts as one function, but if it wants some kind of external input like count, it wants count from there, so we put it inside this.
So would it trigger again if you change the count?
Yeah.
Or,
yeah.
Oh, okay. So this is a loop you actually have.
Yeah.
So if you wouldn't put count in here, if you would put nothing in it, it would only call it once, right?
Exactly.
Ah, okay. Now I got it. Okay.
Yeah. If you just remove this, it will give you error, but because of check, but you can compile it, but it won't run because it doesn't know that the count has been changed yet.
Okay,
So
but why is the count this high?
Because it got stopped in that phase. So
okay, it's continuously running.
If I just refresh
so
it,
if you refresh it, it will be, okay, all right, okay.
Yeah. So if you want to change something from the external chains, then you can put it in use effect. Yeah, that is one of the chains. Okay.
So, but the count you put in the last one, it's not something like in a function as a parameter you pass in.
No.
It's if
just
this would change, that's a trigger, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So I will explain about this later, I guess, in next video because it's a little bit complex.
Okay.
But I just want to show like what is hook. So whatever it starts with use here, they are hooks. There's like use context, use state, use effect, and so many hooks. And we can also even create our own hooks also. The good thing is we can access it from like any part of this component, and it makes our life so much easier than in the class component. Maybe in future, in one of the videos, I can also compare the class component and the functional component, how it used to be before 2018 and how it is now.
Okay.
So I can do that also. I guess for this video, this much is enough. We have discussed about
sounds great. Yes, sounds great.
So many stuffs. It was my first video streaming, so it was like, okay.
Yeah, it was really nice. Really nice.
But let me revise a little bit. We discussed about component and JSX. Now I guess you have idea about that.
You also want to show something for this, or you?
Yeah, we can show it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna switch back. Oops, wrong one.
So now you guys know about the JS runtime environment, how it compiles in browser, in Node, and with Dino I will show in later video. And also you know the difference between npx and npm, where and how do you use it. I haven't shown the uses of npm, but maybe in next video. And next thing is component and JSX, and except that we learned about hooks, use state, how to create the state and how to manage the state, and also the lifecycle, a little bit explanation of lifecycle. That's all for this video.
All right.
Yep.
Thank you, Subhash.
It was a little bit complex. I don't know. I could.
Yeah. Let's see how the next ones are, and if I can learn more, or if I say, okay, that's enough with TypeScript.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. Yeah. So that was a nice session. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. Maybe we already got 2 thumbs up, so maybe we'll be more.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I just said about
and we'll see you, well, in the future, let's say.
Okay.
Works perfect. Thank you, Subhash.
Thank you very much, Maurice, for the motivation.
You're well welcome.
Yeah.